Good morning, it's 9 o'clock, May the 23rd, 2022, and our regular Commissioners Court meeting is now in session. First item on the agenda is roll call by our County Clerk, Mary Jane Valverde. Mary Jane, good morning.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners.
Good morning.
Judge Rathma,
Present.
Commissioner Mendoza,
Present.
Commissioner Elizondo,
Present.
Commissioner Solis,
Present.
and Commissioner Garza.
Present.
We have a quorum, Judge.
Thank you, Mary Jane. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 4, communications. Commissioners, anything going on? We had a good rain yesterday.
We had a beautiful day yesterday, that's for
Yes.
sure. We got
I
a
think-
big 4 inches or so.
Is that what, I think some areas of the county got 4 inches?
Almost 4 inches.
At your house there? Yeah, that's right. So that was a 2 to 4 inch rain, which is not really common in our area. We'll take it. There's some problems associated with it too. I think some of our buildings, roofs been, hold up. I think we're still having problems with our community center. Continues to be a problem. We tried to address it. I guess we'll do.
Have we made any progress with that, Judge?
We did file suit on the contractor. I'll have to visit with the county attorneys to see where that's at. I'm not sure, where we are in the process, but, and it is a section that was worked on, by the contractor, and it just never been right and continues to pose a big problem for us. So a substantial amount of damage came in again, to our, mainly our north offices. So, something definitely wrong with the work there. I don't know, any flooding problems, Commissioners? I know.
I had about 2 streets in Precinct 4 that were flooded.
Overall, I think it was, very, very good thing for this rain. It's very well needed. I do have some, COVID, I guess the coronavirus, COVID-19 cases, as of, let's see, 5/17/22, and we have 2,435 confirmed positive, probable cases of 1,318, and we're still hoping at 55 deaths. I think I've been hearing from folks around town that they continue to test positive, so I think the virus is still in the area. I think I've been getting calls from some of my friends that come down with it. Of course, the vaccinations have really helped. The symptoms are not as severe as in the past, but still, it's something that we have to continue.
Are they doing any testing, Judge, somewhere? Because I know that they called from.
I don't think so.
They're not doing any more testing?
No.
Just like local clinics, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. I'm not sure exactly. I think for a while there, the Texas Department of Health was doing some testing, but I haven't checked that too. If they're still doing it.
I don't think there's any more free testing anywhere. I think everybody's charging now for some more.
Okay. Yeah, I think, the government is gonna send some more home test kits. My understanding is everybody should be, receiving those in the near future.
I know that they have said that some of the stores are selling them, I mean, right?
They're gonna be available.
But,
I
Yeah.
had seen them at Strides for a little while.
Stripes, they're, I think they're expensive.
$25.
I just got 8, we just got like 8 free tests.
Yes, they're gonna be coming in
Yes.
through the mail.
You have to order them, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Item number 5, public comments. This section provides the public, of course, in communications, we've got election day, runoff is tomorrow, so I urge all the voters to cast their votes, in support of their candidates, but it's very important that the residents of Zapata vote. I think we had how many votes in the early vote?
667, I believe.
667, so it's not a great turnout, so we do need for the voters tomorrow to come out and support their candidates. Hopefully we can get a good showing. And then we'll move on to public comment, this section, and all the usual ballot places are
Yes,
open?
yes. Everything in its respective,
Okay, so
places.
any voters that.
No consolidations or anything today.
So
Or-
wherever they're
Yes.
customary to go.
The
and
4
vote.
the 4 commissioner precinct places We have Lope and Falcon and San Ignacio.
Okay, very well, so there's plenty of polling places for folks to get out and vote tomorrow. Public comment, this section provides the public the opportunity to address the Commissioners Court on any item on the agenda. Any members of the public?
I have something.
Yes, you may, and just state your name for the record now.
Okay. For the record, I'm Ana Holcomb.
And which item do you,
Well, it's just public record, public comment. We have some questions for the court.
okay,
Is that okay?
yes?
Okay. As you are aware, Zapata County financially contributes to various local organizations. Despite being a resident of the county for decades, I apologize that I'm not, for my lack of knowledge on the matters I'm requesting clarification on today. Regardless, I
Okay.
believe my inquiries today and the county's position on the same are of significant public interest to the taxpayers and the residents of Zapata County and the members of the Chamber of Commerce. I am therefore asking the county to disclose the following information. Does the county consider the Zapata County Chamber of Commerce an agency of the county?
An agency of the county?
Yeah, like an extension of the county? Okay. And given the public funds received by the county, the Zapata County Chamber of Commerce from the county, does the county have an opinion as to whether Zapata County Chamber of Commerce is subject to the Texas Public Information Act? Mr. Figueroa, is that good?
Yeah, that would be probably something that our county attorney might be able to answer.
Okay, well, to us, and I think to the public, this is a very significant question,
Okay.
and we would like some answers, and hopefully Mr. Figueroa can provide us with those answers.
Can you provide the text to our county clerk? So
Yes. I got your copy, Mary Jane.
I'm not sure, I haven't spoken with
Thank
him.
you, Ana. Yes.
But we will try to address those, we'll provide them to the county attorney and
Okay.
forward them to the county attorney and try to get some answers for you.
All right,
Thank you,
thank
thank you,
you.
Ms. Holcomb. Any other public comment? If not, item number 6, approval of invoices. In your packets, we have invoices from May 6, 2022 through May the 19th, 2022, for a total of $1,503,904.22.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, second by Commissioner Solis. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 7 is approval of checks issued. In your packet, we have checks from 5/6/2022 through 5/19/2022, for a total of $1,503,904.22.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Solis to approve the invoices as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Item number 8 is approval of minutes. County Clerk Mary Jane, good morning.
I'm gonna have, hand, Roxy a pen drive with all the PDF files for the minutes through March.
Through March, so
Yes,
we will.
the ones that were previously approved were September the 13th, I believe.
Yes.
So I have them through March.
So
I'll have the
we'll-
rest of
we'll-
them.
We'll bring this back then for the first meeting and.
For all of them, I mean, however you want, I do have them.
Okay, we need to be able to review them.
Yes, absolutely,
Okay.
yes.
All right,
I,
so we'll-
can we approve them at the first meeting of every month?
that would be fine.
Okay, so no action on this one?
No action, we'll move it, we'll come back to it on, our first meeting in June.
Thank you.
We'll move on to reports and presentation. Item number 9 is an update on textile paving project. I don't see Mr. Gonzalez here yet, we'll come back to it, he should be in shortly. We'll move on to the action items, we'll deliberate and consider action item number 10 is to award administrative and professional services for the Texas CDBG 2022 Colonia Construction Fund Services application. And of course, Commissioners, currently we do have a Colonia, project already, well, in the process.
In the process, yes.
And this would be for the incoming,
Correct.
application process, which is the 2022. We tentatively selected a project, for this, Colonia, I think it was for improvements of the San Ignacio water plant, is that? what
Yes.
We kind of,
We kind of, I don't know if we voted on it, I don't remember, I don't recall, but.
well, we just tentatively, when I say tentatively, I think that's the project we kind of discussed that we'd like to move forward with. And so this will be the first step, we are choosing administrative and professional services. Go ahead, Mr. Gonzalez.
The committee that went through the process of scoring these were, myself, Nelly Trevino and Roxy Elizondo, and we had 3 of them that turned it in. Carlos Colina Vargas and Associates, which came in with an average of 87.3. Esther and Company, which came in with an average of 94, score 94. And Grant Works, which came in with an average of 93. So we're recommending to the court to go with Esther and Company with the score of 94.
All right.
Why is it a big difference, Mr.
In what? In the scoring?
in the scoring?
That's just what we score them. We had 3 different scores and we score them the way we see them.
I guess she's asking on the criteria.
On the criteria, some of them are higher than others, and we go through the process, pretty thoroughly of looking at their packets and scoring them.
Well, myself, I really appreciate you guys, the committees, I know that you guys put in a lot of work and take your time to do this. But Judge, I'm gonna make a motion and we go with Carlos, if that's, I know I've worked with Carlos before, we have 2 locals that are working with Carlos. I know that I worked with him, but it's up to the commissioners but I make the motion to go with Carlos.
You have a motion?
Second.
A second. I can tell you that part of the criteria, or maybe not part of the process, is money. How do we come up with the funds to pay for our matching funds? And as you can see, I don't know if y'all looked at it, Mr. Vargas is not the lowest.
We also take into consideration experiences that we've had with the different ones, so that's.
And the amount of work that is currently being obligated by these firms, which is, certainly the process is not the first time we've gone, I think, through this. I just feel that if we're not gonna honor the committee's recommendations, I think in the future, we shouldn't trouble these folks to even, go with the hard work they put into it. We're not gonna honor what their, decisions are and turn this into a completely political, action. But we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor? I'm against.
I'll go with the recommendation from the committee.
We'll have to make a motion on that, Commissioner, so you'll vote against the current motion, correct? Oh, we still have one Commissioner.
Yeah, those,
I'll vote against her.
Okay.
I think, it's always been standard practice that we go with the, committee's recommendation.
So, now we have a motion to go with the committee's recommendation by Commissioner Solis. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Second by Commissioner Mendoza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's 3. Those against?
no, well, I'm not going against, I'll just.
Okay.
That's fine.
Commissioner?
Go with the recommendation.
Okay, so it'll be unanimous to go with the committee recommendation.
Thank you.
Carl, is there a company?
Thank you.
Yes.
Item number 11 is to award engineering surveying services to the Texas CDBG 2022 Colonia Construction Fund Services application. And we only had one applicant, I believe, one firm that submitted.
Motion to approve the
Second.
award for Premier Engineering, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza to approve the award to Premier Engineering, second by Commissioner Solis. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 12 is to approve payment for $1,500 to Abelardo Mendoza for work done at 15-2. Commissioners, I approved this item. I got a call from the Livestock Inspection Agency supervisor that there was some doors that needed repairs and some piping chutes that were a danger to animals, so just reached out to Mr. Mendoza. It is a $1,500 bill.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Garza, seconded by Commissioner Elizondo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Can we go 9,
Oh, yeah, we can go back to, which was actually you in the audience, on an update on the Tech Stop paving project. We'll move back to reports and presentations. Morning, Gonzalez.
Thank you, Judge.
And congratulations on your award, and we look forward to continue working with you.
appreciate the confidence in us. On the update with the TechStop project, we met with Mr. Setu Cantu, he's the engineer for TechStop, and he's the inspector that does the inspections before the project commences and after the project is completed. We went into each of the individual sites and we looked at the areas that were gonna be worked on. He was pretty good with it. He just told me whenever we're in construction or towards the end, to let him know so that he can come do a visit. Also, we had talked about possibly bidding out the project. I did some quantities on the projects, and I looked at precinct 4 on 2nd Street and from Highway 16 to Guerrero Street.
Okay.
I looked at the quantities on that, and I just recently did a project in Mirando.
Okay.
It's not too far from here, but it's also kind of rural,
Right.
like Zapata.
Yeah.
So it's similar conditions where they gotta go from somewhere else.
Mobilization is still the same.
Mobilization can be sent. So I looked at the numbers, I took the lowest bidder on that job, and if we would do the prep work, and if they would maybe potentially just do the paving, and it's over our budget. So,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's over our budget.
So we'll have to do it, you know, with a
We're
rental.
gonna do it in-house.
Okay.
Because we're looking, I was looking at, the mobilization, no, not the mobilization. I just considered just a straight up item.
The paving.
Well, just the paving, straight up paving and the MC30, which is the oil.
Yes.
Those two items together, they would put me like right around 60,000. And I think we have closer to like 40,000, so
Right.
we're like 20,000 over budget.
If we were to contract it out, right?
I just did it based on a bid that we recently did, and it was a large quantity bid. It was about 1.5 miles, and so I figured we had good prices there. I had 2 bidders that were low. I took the lowest, which, I mean, if we were to bid it out, we're not guaranteed to get the lowest, but I wanted to get an idea of we would be able to do it, you know, if we were to bid it out and go out for bids. The other thing I was considering is, we have another project with the county, which is on Pata Mesa for Cardinal and Crane. If we bid that project together with this other projects at the same time, not the same contract, because they're different funding agencies, but at the same time, so that
That's a possibility.
the contractor then has a little bit more work for the 2 projects, so their mobilization, things like that.
Well, why don't we try doing that?
Yeah, because the concern is that we don't have adequate staff in-house to take
Right.
care of that project. The last projects we've done, I mean, the work has not been up to par. And we've had to, we've lost a lot of material because we don't get it, you know, we don't get to it in time, we don't have enough people to work it. So I would rather pay a little bit more money, but the job is gonna be done correctly and it's gonna last for many years.
So we can still do all the prep work and then just bid out the prime and the hot mix at the same time that we bid
Those CDBG projects.
the other CDBG project.
Okay.
That way the contractor has, I mean, probably the low bidder will probably end up being the low bidder on the 2 jobs.
Right.
And they'll have a little bit bigger project to bid on so that it makes it worth giving us a little bit better pricing. And we have 5 bidders
Does
at
it
that time.
include, so it'd be 3 streets that would be included?
We have.
I mean, in addition to.
We have we have Cardinal, Crane, Pelican,
Okay.
2nd Street, and Miraflores.
And that company, Judge, could probably also do the curb and gutter on Ramirez as well.
Possibly, yeah.
So
Well,
if we bundle that, you know, into. a
It would
package,
probably be worth, for the
Well, I think,
contract.
but we can start working on those 2 streets, Commissioners. I don't know if y'all decided where you're gonna go first on.
We can start working on the milling, on the streets. I had
The
talked-
machine works, yes?
I had talked to Commissioner Garza and Commissioner Elizondo about, the school being out, not yet, but maybe within the next week or so. We can start on 2nd Street milling from 2nd to Guerrero, it's about 1,350 feet. And then, Miraflores is about 1,100 feet, it's gonna be wider. And we can then move on to that one, school should be out by that time. And then we would work on, precinct 3, which is the remainder of Pelican. That one, I wanted to visit with Mr. Trevino. We're doing the other 2, gives a little bit of time, if there's any water utilities that need to be relocated, we may be able to relocate them during that time. I did see a crew out there working on that area, on a repair, so I'd like to move the water lines outside of the pavement section. Okay, so
Can you, turn in a written report for a county clerk to make it easier for her to take the minutes?
Please, please.
So now, so
Please,
now.
or else I'm not gonna put anything on there.
I just,
If possible.
I'll give you a report.
For everything, for all the ones you give, please.
Well, from here on forward.
Yeah, but this is the only report I've ever done.
Okay.
All the other ones are action items.
Action items.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I can provide you a copy
Yes,
of
you
the
do.
next day. No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Gonzalez.
Item number 13 is to approve funding for the purchase of sewer line fittings, mainly line, to be installed on Pegman Street.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, seconded by Commissioner Solis. And this is for, basically 2 blocks of sewer line that's gonna be installed on an area that is developing rapidly in your precinct, Commissioner. And, there is, the lots are rather small, so can't install septic. And so we've got a couple of homeowners that have actually, ready to go. So I think it's a worthwhile improvement. Of course, when these, subdivisions where it's had sewer lines installed, it was through grants, and these grants only allowed for, piping to be installed where there were actual homes, and back then it was, very sparsely populated, but it is growing, so I think it's a good investment. The amount of, I asked the sewer department to give you an estimate of the amount.
$13,298. How much?
Okay, 13,298, so I think we're gonna have to fund their line item, which is 33660, -602, which is their materials line item, and
Okay.
they have a very limited funding to do this, so, this will be basically the general fund, allocating monies to the sewer plant so they can purchase these materials. They will be doing the work on their own, but that will allow 2 blocks worth of future development.
And it's growing fast.
Yes. So, we got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 14 is to allow Zapata County to purchase a 2013 Chevy Traverse from Zapata County Juvenile Probation in the amount of $12,800. Commissioners, Ms. Sandy Pippin, approached me that they're in the process of, obtaining a new vehicle. This vehicle has, I think, like 20,000 miles on it. It's in relatively new shape. They would like the county to see if there was a county department that would like to be able to use this vehicle. This is below their trade-in value. I think, looking at what need there is, our IT director, Mr. Garcilaso, is driving I think a 1970 Ford Crown Vic. So I think there could possibly be a vehicle for him to use to answer all the many calls he has. And this will allow also the juvenile department to
Motion.
person in vehicle.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Garza, seconded by Commissioner Solis. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 15 is to consider renewing membership to the Texas Border Coalition.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, seconded by Commissioner Solis, and the amount is annual, is $694 for membership. And of course, this is a group that, works on, border issues throughout, Texas, and we've been a member for many, many years. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carried. Item number 16 is to approve the purchase of 2 trailers from the Ron Hoover Company of Laredo in the amount of $18,302.50 from the certificates of obligation series 2021.
Judge, before we move forward on this, just for, info for the court, we have $217,125 left, that's not encumbered or spent from the certificate obligation.
217?
217.
And just to clarify, out of those 217, 97,000 of that is precinct 1, because we still have not spent the monies allocated.
Correct.
Okay.
So
I just wanted to state that truth, so that, yeah.
Yeah, it is encumbered,
Yeah.
because it is budgeted for
Right.
precinct
Oh,
1.
so unencumbered,
No, this is,
yeah, so he probably has his that from the encumbered.
okay,
Yes, the unencumbered is basically from the funds we were able to, release
Leftover.
from the sheriff's department grant, the purchase of the vehicles that were made through the grant. And of course, there were some overages on some of the equipment, was more expensive than originally budgeted,
right.
but,
Yes.
Cause
And
there's a
this-
discrepancy in the time frame from when we originally went out for proposals and to when we actually purchased it, the
There was an
prices.
increase in price.
The prices did
Yeah.
increase significantly in some
And then
items.
there was some, equipment that we didn't end up buying after the county shop. We had originally planned to buy a paving machine and.
Right,
we
and,
didn't
and
get
this
that.
is, this new amount is not encumbered, we went with the numbers at the beginning, with the things that we wanted at the beginning, and those were the ones that we've been purchasing.
But so basically, the commissioners, I guess everyone got the same allocation.
Correct, and some of them have spent it and some of them have not.
Okay, so, yeah.
Okay.
So this is still out of his 350,000,
Correct.
whatever that
Yes,
is.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm still
No,
with you.
I didn't mean anything against, you know,
No, no,
I'm
no,
just
I
saying,
just
just
wanted
for
to clarify.
FYI, that's how much.
Yeah, well, we don't have to spend the entire amount.
Correct.
We're gonna have some money left over because of, you know, the grant that the sheriff was able to obtain for
Correct.
those, patrol cars that were originally, slated to be purchased. So Sheriff, I commend you for that, to saving the county some money. So we can actually give, you know, we don't have to spend it, we can pay back on
Yes.
it, on our debt service with it. I mean, so,
Motion moved.
so we can do that. We got a motion to approve, by Commissioner Garza.
Motion number 16?
Yeah.
I'll second the motion.
Second by Commissioner Solis. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 17 is to approve the MOU memorandum of understanding between the Community Loan Center of Laredo and Zapata County to offer county employees affordable small dollar loans through payroll deductions.
This
Mr.
was,
Solis?
the presentation we had, and has legal already gone over the contract?
No, I just went ahead and did the presentation because Ms. Villarreal has been in California this week, but I have a copy for Mr. Theodore to review.
Yes, I'll make a motion that we approve it pending legal approval on it.
Motion by
Memorandum
Commissioner-
of understanding.
Okay. Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, second by Commissioner Elizondo. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 18 is to approve contract with LGS Software for Operation Lone Star. And this, I guess, is pending funding, or are we gonna enter into this contract? I don't know, Mr. Fidel not here, but,
I don't know, but I haven't been informed on how much it costs or.
Sheriff, are y'all
the
familiar with
terms.
this at all, or?
Not with that particular software. Our software we has, covers the operation.
I can go ask Judge, and we can skip down.
Do we have a cost, is it?
I was reviewing the contract. I did not see, I might have skipped over a cost. I did.
No, we don't have it.
But it is substantial, but of course, this funding would be contingent on moving forward with Lone Star, which is looking good, it's just.
I believe, Judge, it would be in accordance for the processing and prosecution of the.
Right, that's what it's for.
And all that, so it basically, software that, the court is gonna need.
Yeah.
So the
Judge,
funds
I'll
would be
make a
reimbursed?
motion.
The funds would be reimbursed?
Well, yeah, I mean, the sheriff has received an allocation, but the rest of the court system has not. We have not been given final approval to proceed. They wanna make sure we're, ready to move forward. And part of this is
If
we
we
need
need
the
this.
software,
Judge, I'll
but,
make a motion that we approve it contingent on reimbursement from the grant.
okay.
Operation Lone Star.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, is there a
Second
second?
the motion.
Second by Commissioner Solis, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 19 is to request $50,000 for the regional jail food budget. I know Sheriff, food prices are going through the roof, and I know
Yes.
our jail is almost at capacity or even at capacity, so.
We are at capacity. The reason is, Judge, everything went up.
Yes.
With inflation and all the budgets. We're averaging $4,000 a week at the regional and $1,300 per week at the county jail.
And this would come out of the general fund?
Yes.
Yeah, that's our fund balance, that's why it's
Yeah.
important to have a little fund balance, because.
Judge, I'll make a motion that we.
I second it, Judge.
Yeah.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, seconded by Commissioner Solis. Any
Garza.
discussion? Garza? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Just for your information, Judge, I'll provide everybody a copy when we have the final numbers. 214,582 for the month.
For the month, yeah.
And right now, we're at 152,000. We still need a few more days for.
Yes, we'll certainly be, I think, very close to the budget that we
Yes.
submitted for even above.
And Texas jail, the standards will probably advise us that we can add more inmates and more beds. contingent to the overcapacity.
Just can we
Many
do
other jails.
19 and 20 together?
Well, 19 is for the county jail to request, number 20 is to request 20,000.
For the food budget?
For the county jail
What's,
also.
what's 24?
For the
I'm
county.
sorry, 20,000.
For the county,
For the food?
For the
for the food.
Motion to approve
Yeah.
number 20. Oh, one's, the other one's for the regional and the
Yes.
20's for the, okay, I see. The
I'll
20's for
second
the.
Motion moved.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner
Solis.
Solis, second by Commissioner Mendoza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you. Number 21 is to approve payment for an external hard drive, a printer, and other computer accessories. Judge Gutierrez, said her computer is, well, just like many departments, are, is an aging computer and she needs another one. I think,
The technology fund has 43,000.
yeah.
Motion to approve
Okay.
item B, technology fund.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, seconded by Commissioner, Garza. Any discussion? How much is it, Commissioner?
1,067.92.
It's for a printer,
Let's go.
a hard drive, and,
Yeah, she told me she was having problems.
yeah.
Total of
From the tobacco fund.
1,067.92.
Technology
Okay.
fund.
Technology, I'm sorry.
Technology fund. The technology fund has 43,000 in it.
Who made the motion?
Mendoza.
Solis.
Mendoza.
Commissioner, no, Garza.
Approximately
What you
43,000.
said too, right?
Mendoza Garza, right?
Yeah.
Got it, thank you.
You got it? Okay.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Number 22, to approve the 30,000 from the tobacco fund line, item 67-800-352 to medical supplies line, item 10-543-460.
Motion to approve.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Mendoza, second by Commissioner Garza, and we do have monies in the tobacco fund.
That one, we have about 150,000.
Yeah.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 23 is to approve the purchase of a diesel tank and pump for the Special Road and Bridge Department for certificate of obligation series 2021 in the amount of $1,792.79.
So
Motion
moved.
to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 24 is to approve the purchase of 2 Turf Tiger mowers from AT Power Equipment for precinct 1.
Second.
The certificate of obligation series 2021 in the amount of $29,514.06. Motion by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 25 is to consider correspondence from the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs that Zapata County CDBG-CV CRP contract number 707800001015 for purchase of 2 ambulances is environmentally cleared as of May 11, 2022.
Moved.
To approve.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 26 is to discuss and take action upon advertising for sealed bids for 2 ambulances and schedule bid opening to date to open and review bids. I think we need to schedule, maybe, I need to speak with Danny on this, on exactly when we can schedule to,
To open bids?
yeah, because they have to be sealed bids, the grant process.
Right.
All right, mandates that, so ambulance to be purchased from Zapata, from funding Zapata County CDBG-CD CRP contract 70800000105, so.
Motion moved.
Motion by Commissioner Garza, seconded by
I'll second.
Commissioner Solis. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Yeah, I'll get with Mr. Esther and see exactly, what date, and Mr. Arriaga, once the bids start coming in. Item number 27, to provide status on CDBG Falcon Mesa paying and improve invoices.
And here I thought we were gonna get away with just a report today, Mr.
Oh, you know what, Commissioner, I didn't bring my invoice, so,
Okay.
so I won't be getting invoice for today. But I did bring, the set of plans. The plans, we have them at, real close to 90% complete.
Okay.
I had a meeting with, 2 of the landowners that are on Cardinal Lane. And, that's an area where they've come before Commissioners Court in the past.
Yeah, ponds there.
It ponds. So I asked them for an easement so that we could go, you know, I guess, drain the water through the property, to be able to get it to the back. The back is, Texas right of way, I mean, not Texas.
Zapata County, right, there's actually a street that is not existing.
It's not built,
Not
but
built, yeah.
there's it's like a channel or a creek back there, and that's where we wanna be able to drain to. They asked if it would be possible if they gave the easement, to say 10 foot on either side or 5 foot, whatever it would end up being, if the county would consider, you know, giving them the same amount of land on the backside of that, you know,
Okay.
not usable street, but we still have the drainage easement. And I told them, you know, we could look at that, I said, if we do,
And you
let's say
think
5
that-
and 5, we do 10, yeah, so I wouldn't wanna go more than 10 into that back street, because it's a 50-foot street. So we would then maybe, in a section there, cut it down to like 40 foot at the most. I mean, because they have 2 lots, the other owner has maybe like 5 lots. So we could, on the 2 lots, figure out what that amount of land would be to go sideways. I would think it was probably gonna be about 5 feet. It's not.
I think it's a reasonable request. I guess what we have to consider is, for the future, the town grows and that if there's maybe a subdivision expands to the north or to the west,
north.
how would it impact that?
I would like to keep minimum of 40 feet open.
Okay.
Because then that's something that we would need to be able to use. We would have to fix that that creek, I mean,
Sure.
it's a creek, but if we would end up having to fix
Yeah,
that.
basically right now it's just brush, the land adjacent to it is,
It's
ranch
right, and so
country.
we could, during the planning process, if they come in with a subdivision, we could also work with
Exactly.
the new landowner so that we could fix the road that we have and maybe gain a little
Acquire
bit.
some-
Yeah,
acquire some more
to
land.
be able to
Accommodate the street.
accommodate that street.
Okay.
They also asked if they gave the easement to the county, if the county would maintain it, and I said, well, that's the purpose. It would be then county could maintain, you
And what
know.
your plans for that easement is, would it be just dirt or concrete or?
We would probably put like, just this concrete, like just,
Just a little wash of concrete?
yeah, like a little concrete wash, so it doesn't erode down their fence line. Because they have the fence line, we would move their fence line out, and so we would probably have maybe 10, 15 feet open from, you know, from the, south to north, from Cardinal to the other streets named Albatross.
Right.
And that's, what.
And you know, yeah, that area, all the water, collects there,
Collects there even from Raven Street, which is the street just further to the south, and it ponds, and one of the landowners there was filling their tract with, you know, fill dirt, and so it now is ponding on the street even more so. So we do wanna, if we're doing this project, we do wanna consider that, and then they were pretty cooperative in terms of that, so I told them within the next 2 weeks, I'd like to get their easement agreements completed so I can present to the court.
Okay.
And then, we get the project out for bids.
all right, thank you.
Thank
So
you.
on the invoices, I guess, no action.
We'll wait,
We'll table it for
until the next.
Okay.
Thank you.
Item number 28 is to approve the temporary closure of US Highway 83 for the Beat the Heat 5K run/walk event on July the 9th, 2022, from 7th Avenue to 25th Avenue. Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. We've got some line item transfers, consent item 29, 30, 31.
Motion moved.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Garza Solis. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. And we have a resolution, item number 32 is to approve a resolution for the temporary closure of US Highway 3 for the Heat 5K run walk event on July 9th to meet requirements for TxDOT right-of-way
Motion to
application.
approve as presented.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, seconded by Commissioner Solis, and this is an event sponsored by the Zapata Road Runners. Mr. Ricky Garza is always.
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. We need a motion to adjourn.
I did.
Motion by Commissioner Garza to adjourn, seconded by Commissioner Solis. We are now adjourned.